Long ago, in a kingdom where golden palaces shimmered under the hot Middle Eastern sun and whispers of prophecy drifted through crowded marketplaces, there lived a queen whose name would echo through history like a warning bell. This is the story of Jezebel, a queen wrapped in silk and power, feared by prophets, hated by enemies, and remembered as one of the most mysterious women in the Bible. And her story does not begin with cruelty. It begins with a ship. The wind howled across the sea as a Phoenician vessel sliced through dark waves, carrying a young princess toward a future no one on board could imagine. The girl stood at the edge of the deck. Her fingers curled around the rail. Her name was Jezebel, daughter of a powerful king, raised in a land of merchants, temples, and ancient gods. From childhood, she had been taught that power was not given, it was taken. Her homeland was wealthy and dazzling. Towering temples rose toward the sky, filled with incense and chants. Priests spoke of gods who ruled storms and harvests. Jezebel listened carefully. She was clever, observant, and fiercely determined. While other children played in palace gardens, she studied politics and religion. She learned how rulers control nations not just with armies, but with belief. When word came that she was to marry a foreign king, she did not cry. She smiled. The marriage was an alliance, a bridge between two powerful kingdoms. The king who had ruled Israel, a land divided in spirit. Its people worshipped one invisible God, a God who demanded loyalty above all else. Jezebel found this strange. In her world, many gods shared power. The idea of serving only one seemed small, limiting. But she understood something important. Marriage would not change her. She would change the kingdom. The wedding was magnificent. Trumpets blared as Jezebel entered Israel in royal procession. The people watched with curiosity and suspicion. She was beautiful, dressed in vibrant robes, her eyes sharp and calculating. Beside her stood her husband, King Ahab, ambitious, eager to expand his influence, and captivated by his new queen. At first, Jezebel moved carefully. She learned the customs of the land and studied its people. But soon her patience thinned. She began introducing the worship of her homeland's gods. Altars rose in the capital city. Priests arrived from across the sea. Rituals filled the air with music and fire. Some people were fascinated. Others were horrified. The prophets of Israel's God spoke out fiercely. They warned the king and queen that the nation was drifting into danger. Jezebel heard their words and felt insulted. To her, they were rebels threatening the unity she was trying to build. And Jezebel did not tolerate threats. One by one, the prophets disappeared. Fear spread through the land. Whispers followed Jezebel wherever she walked. Some called her strong. Others called her ruthless. But none could ignore her. Then came a man who would challenge her in a way no one else dared. His name was Elijah. He appeared suddenly, like a storm breaking across a quiet sky. Dust clung to his cloak as he stood before King Ahab and delivered a message that froze the royal court. There will be no rain, he declared, until the true God is honored again. The words felt impossible, yet days passed, then weeks. The sky hardened into endless blue. Crops withered, rivers shrank, hunger crept into homes. The people murmured. Some blamed the queen. Others feared Elijah's prophecy was real. Jezebel burned with anger. This wandering prophet had humiliated her authority and threatened everything she had built. She ordered soldiers to hunt him, but Elijah vanished into the wilderness, surviving in ways that seemed almost miraculous. The drought tightened its grip on the land. Children cried from hunger. Farmers stared helplessly at cracked earth. Even in the palace, tension thickened the air. Finally, Elijah returned. He proposed a challenge that would become legendary, a contest atop a mountain. The prophets of Jezebel's gods would face him in a test to reveal whose deity truly held power. The mountain filled with spectators. The sun beat down mercilessly as two altars were prepared. The prophets of Jezebel called upon their gods with frantic dances and desperate cries. Hours passed. Nothing happened. Then Elijah stepped forward. He spoke a simple prayer. Fire fell from the sky. The crowd gasped as flames consumed the altar in a blinding display. In that moment, many fell to their knees, convinced they had witnessed divine power. For Jezebel, the news struck like a blade. Her prophets, her allies, were defeated. Her authority trembled. Rage surged through her veins. She swore an oath Elijah would die. But the prophet fled again, driven by fear and exhaustion. His victory had not ended the conflict. It had deepened it. Years passed, and Jezebel remained a dominant force in the kingdom. She governed with iron determination. To her supporters, she was a protector of culture and progress. To her enemies, she was a symbol of corruption. One event would forever stain her legacy. Near the palace lay a vineyard owned by a man named Naboth. King Ahab desired the land and offered to buy it, but Naboth refused, honoring his ancestral inheritance. Ahab returned to the palace sullen and angry. Jezebel watched her husband's frustration with cold clarity. "Is this how a king behaves?" she asked. "Leave this to me." She orchestrated a plan both cunning and cruel. False accusations were arranged. Witnesses claimed Naboth had committed crimes against the crown. In a swift and unjust trial, he was condemned and executed. The vineyard became the king's. When Ahab went to claim it, Elijah appeared once more. His voice rang with judgment. He foretold consequences for the royal house, consequences that would echo through generations. Even Jezebel, fearless as she was, could not entirely silence the chill that prophecy carried. Time is a patient sculptor. Kingdoms rise and fall beneath its steady hands. Years later, rebellion stirred within Israel. A military commander named Jehu rose to power with a fierce mission to end the dynasty of Ahab and purge the nation of corruption. Cities fell quickly. Messengers raced ahead with grim news. In her palace, Jezebel prepared herself. She dressed in royal splendor, applying makeup and arranging her hair. Some say it was vanity. Others believe it was defiance, a final statement that she would face her enemies as a queen. When Jehu arrived beneath her window, Jezebel looked down upon him without fear. "Have you come in peace?" she called. Her voice carried the weight of years of power and conflict. Jehu answered not with words, but with action. Betrayed by those around her, Jezebel was thrown from the window. The queen who had once crossed the sea to shape a kingdom met her end in violence and tragedy. But stories do not end with death. They live on in memory, in lessons whispered across centuries. Jezebel became a symbol of ambition unchecked, of power wielded without mercy, of the dangerous dance between belief and authority. Yet her story is more than a simple tale of villainy. She was intelligent, strategic, and fiercely loyal to her heritage. She challenged traditions and reshaped a nation. Her life raises questions that still echo today. How far should a leader go to defend their beliefs? When does strength become tyranny? And can ambition ever be separated from consequence?